Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's see what we have going on here tonight. All right. And so our card is the Four of Swords, which has everything to do with truce. All right. And so we're kind of coming to the end of some kind of conflict, possibly. I hear you. Go to bed. Ooh. My finger just touched that. I'm sorry. Okay. She's gonna sit there and meow this whole time. I don't know if you all can hear her. She's not meowing. She's doing her little cooing. Okay. All right. Where to start? All right. So, I'm just going to get this out of the way because I'm sorry, but it stands out to me. We have the sign of fertility, maybe the mother goddess, memories. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but actually it's interesting because in it wasn't Libra, it was, who else did I do tonight? I can't even remember who my first reading was for tonight. Anyways, one of the ones coming out tomorrow wasn't Libra, it was Cancer. Duh. We were talking about, well, maybe it was on Libra. I don't know. My goodness. Watch both of them. You can find out. We were talking about mother's milk. This substance of sustenance, life-sustaining, very sacred, element. Something that oddly we don't talk about a lot. I mean, just unless you are, a new parent and you happen to be nursing or, on the journey of nursing. It truly is a community thing. If you have a partner, they obviously help a lot with it. But it is a most sacred practice. And one that I never really thought about until I had a kid. And we nursed for 3 years. Just recently stopped. So we did what they call now extended breastfeeding, which, to each their own. And it is quite a bond, And of course, I will say, fed is best. I'm a huge supporter of however we feed our children, fed is best. I'm definitely not some kind of, snob about it at all. But really, as a symbol, just very much in a place of deep, safe love. Okay, being protected by that, by the light of Sophia, right? Of all of the mother goddesses, those feminine aspects of the source, and most protective and loving. So a very a very auspicious sign to have. And I just wanted, because I kept looking at it. Like, okay, all right, I see you. Okay, and then we turn it and it looks like almost kind of like the flute dancer, but we have a dancer kind of in this bent, contorted, ecstatic state. We have a bird next to and a fire. Okay, so I feel like your soul is calling out. There is this wild creativity, creative force. You are feeling very in touch with probably all of the elements, I think. But I feel especially earth and those fiery things. And then we have the bird. And I think that, you know, is more airy, of course. But do you want to sing? Yes, you do. And you should. Please do. Sing, dance, enjoy. Okay? It feels like you are very aligned with this. Once more, we had this kind of vibe a few weeks ago, I remember. Or maybe, gosh, there's so many readings that maybe it was last week. It seems like it seems like a while ago by now. Okay, let's see. Now we have a most sacred deer, and it is standing next to a little house here. You can see the little chimney, and you know, I think that there are many blessings upon your dwelling. I feel with the most sacred deer, there is some amount of spiritual confrontation, visitation coming, something very apparent. And I feel like this, I honestly feel like, and let me turn this because I want to see, where was I seeing this? Okay, so we have the rose here. We also have a person riding kind of a stallion, with hair flying back on each. Then we have a person holding a child and kissing them. But I feel like, where did I go with this? There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we were here. We were with the sacred deer. Yes. Okay. And so here we have a person kind of right here in this emotional. We have a maybe like a table, or I don't know, but then we have another person here, and I feel like almost kind of coming to the table with two amounts of energy. Okay, and I feel like this most sacred occurrence is happening. I feel like your heart is open. You have this tendency towards joy these last, I don't know, month, 2 months. You know, even with the stress and you know, things happening, seasons changing, the world the way that it is, you have found reasons to, you know, be in your grace, be in your faith, and to really let your spirit just kind of thrive. And I do believe that there will be, among all of these kind of uncanny spiritual happenings, a kind of feeling of an old love that has kind of stayed with you all of these years. Now, I don't think that they've necessarily been active in your life, but I feel like there's always this kind of, what is that? Two ships crossing at night, right? Or two ships passing each other in the night. Yes. And so I feel like, you know, you are ever drawn to each other, no matter where you go. There are just these kind of moments where you maybe hear their names, somebody's talking about them, you might see them online, you might see them at the grocery store, whatever it is, right? the universe puts you in each other's way here and there. Now, I don't think that you necessarily talk to them very often or at all, but there is a mostly nostalgic, because I think this is something that went on when you were pretty youthful, maybe even like college or in those, you know, like in your 20s. And I think that, you know, you're tied to this person, not necessarily because of them so much as they are kind of a gateway into this period of your life where you felt more free. You probably hadn't had a family or big responsibilities. You had a lot of time to kind of, you know, splendor in the company of this person, like you can when you're young, right? You're also pretty naive about other people in the world at this point, and it's easy to be madly in love, you know? And so I feel like it's almost, I just imagine, you know, there's this desire to kind of sit down at a meal, to kind of, you know, bring all this energy and lay out all those cards on the table. But I think that you have shown restraint here. Maybe you're married, maybe it's just been so many years, maybe, you know, and this is the big thing too, is like this person lives in your mind, right? Whoever you perceive them to be is probably somebody they were a long time ago. And so I think when you have these kind of really heightened experiences of spirituality, and I think this is normal for all of us, we get into these places where we have potent places of emotionality and memory kind of stored here and there, and we definitely kind of go and take a swim in those places when there's a lot of this impressions, sensations coming up because of the kind of spiritual resonance, okay? And so I would say, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but my advice is always, you know, wait. Don't go looking for old people from the past. It almost always is kind of a letdown, but it's nice to have them in your memory untarnished. Okay, let's see. Now we have, it looks like kind of a person who is almost lying down, or maybe they're kind of on their knees, and we have, I almost kind of imagine these little fae or fairies kind of coming and visiting them. And so I wonder if you have had moments where you're having kind of very vivid dreams, or while you're kind of, you know, resting in the house, you're hearing things, feeling things, maybe in the yard. I would think that mostly in the yard would be where you're experiencing any kind of fae activity. If they're in your house, they're really dug in, aren't they? But I do think that things like stuff coming up missing, moved around, you know, just kind of little odd things popping up, right? My advice for this kind of situation, and you know, especially if it doesn't feel like it's any kind of nefarious activity, definitely put out like a little gift for them. Maybe some fruit, maybe some nice flowers. I like to weave, sweetgrass, but any kind of long grass, and weave prayers and intentions into them. Leave that at the kind of border of your property line, or at the opening of maybe like your porch deck, where your doors or portals are, windows, doors. All of these places are good, but I like to, for what I like to call backyard spirits, so fae, you know, nature spirits, animals. I like to leave that stuff out further kind of along the line of the property, just because in my mind it kind of keeps them from wanting to come on in. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Okay, so we did talk about this. That's right. These ones are so beautiful. I love this with the horse running full speed, hair flying, the person on the back, hair flying. I feel like you are just, I mean, ready to go out, do something you love, catch some wind, open the whole thing up, right? Just, you know, I imagine, like, when I was young, now it terrifies me thinking about it, but like hanging out of the side of the car, going down the freeway, you know, letting all the wind go through your hair. Please don't do this. Please don't. Especially as a mom now, I think about all of the things that could go wrong if you're sticking your hands, head, anything out of the car. Don't do it, please. But that sense of freedom, right? So, you know, I think finding something that is safe, but exhilarating, okay? Go find that thing that is for you and do it. Just enjoy yourself, but be safe, okay? Nothing too sketchy or, you know, risky. Please don't. Okay. And then we have, again, the person holding up their child, looking at them. Oh, I love this. I am just in this place of, I could cry just thinking about it. My daughter started school, preschool, and she's always been at home because I'm a stay-at-home mom before everything else. And she has really not been away from us ever. And so she went to school, and I was super freaked out and thinking, you know, this is going to be so hard for her. And it was hard. I mean, you know, it's hard when they have never separated from you. And she was hysterical. And then, you know, we left and cried and worried and just, you know, worried about her. And then by the time we got back, she did not care. She was having so much fun. She's, you know, all the way into it now, and it's hard. She's growing up so quick. They just do. And, you know, I feel like there's just this feeling of nostalgia again here. This loving embrace. Now, if this is with your parent, if this is with maybe your grandmother, caretaker, grandfather, whoever it was, auntie, uncle, you know, chosen family, acquired family, somebody maybe who really embraced you, or with your child or somebody that you have helped raise or raised, you know, taking care of. There's just an immense love there. This could also be one of your, you know, other than human creatures that are family, that are love, that you are parenting as well or have. I will never exclude my, you know, they don't have to be furry family, but as you know, we have our Sphinx cat TT. She's anything but furry, but she is definitely one of our children. Naughty girl, love her. You've seen her in Dove and Serpent quite a lot lately. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband Paul over there is an amazingly talented tarot reader. I'm always in awe of him. So if you haven't seen his channel, go look. Yeah, definitely. Although I know most of you have, because a lot of you express that you watch both of us, or you've come over from his, and I appreciate that so much. But anyways, whoever this is that you are embracing or you are being embraced by, this is the love that you are really, thinking about, really dwelling in. And it's a beautiful thing. I think that, your heart is just so wide open. And you're just kind of really revisiting a lot of these intense feelings. The maybe romantic love person, this kind of love of family, love of spirit and soul and excitement. And, we had the dancing and just, just I think you're firing on all cylinders here as far as love, passion, inspiration goes. Okay, and so see, we have it looks like one of our beautiful little, we have all these collared doves out there right now visiting my backyard, and it looks like something like that, a dove, a pigeon, and their little silly, oh my goodness, their silly little nest. Have you ever seen a pigeon's nest? If you haven't, go look it up. They are, I mean, bless them, they're they're very I don't know why. Maybe they're like a ground nesting bird, and when they're in like a cityscape, they just make weird, sad little nests. I'm not sure, but the ones out here, because we're rural here, sometimes they fall asleep in the middle of the day in the middle of our yard, and I worry because we have hawks and other predators, cats and things that roam this town, and I worry for them. But I have at times thought they were deceased, because when they fall asleep, they hang their neck like it's broken. And I've walked up on them. They'll wake up real quick and they give me a look like, what are you doing? Why are you rolling up on me, lady? So they're very, they're silly and they're cute. And they're so elegant, that collared doves are. Or is it collared pigeons? I don't know. They all look the same kind of. But these are more slender and just very elegant looking. They're really cute. And they come to my window a lot looking for peanuts and corn, because they put that out there for the squirrels and birds and things. And they know it, so they come to the window and they just kind of, they try to look in. So anyways, I feel like you are in a state of just finding a home wherever you are right now. You are your home. The love is your home. And I think about this just, as having a bird that has not a well-established nest. Everywhere is its nest. Everywhere is its comfortable place, right? You find a place wherever you go that you will make your own, right? And that's a beautiful quality to have. And I think that in this configuration of great adoration for the universe, it's kind of, you're really in that like free spirit mode. So that's also a very beautiful thing, especially for a Virgo, which, oddly, because we think of Virgos as being kind of real, like system oriented. They really like things how they like them, and, kind of a stickler for things. But like, my sister's I'm an August Virgo. My sister is a September Virgo, and she is the wildest spirit. She is very much kind of a, second generation hippie. My dad was a hippie. My sister is a hippie, and bohemian, and just kind of, has this gorgeous, beautiful kind of, can go all over the place. She, travels and has lived a lot of places, and, worldly and intelligent and kind and loving, and, you know, just has like an understanding of things that, and I think we don't often think of Virgos like this, or people usually don't, but oddly, I know quite a few Virgos that are very much like, you know, just like earth mamas, basically. So, kind of cool, kind of cool. I feel this vibe from this reading. Okay, so we have the wild bohemian affirmation gods. We are doing the fire element. Again, we did that, I guess, 4 cycles ago. And so I'm going to bring this up here. I'm going to kind of cut it where it feels right. Looks like some kind of rock mineral, maybe, I don't know, diamond. It says, I am soulful, great beauty and light twinkle in your heart eyes. You are pure love in motion. There you go. That's it. Soulful, that's the word I should say. Very soulful people. Free-spirited, soulful, loving, that fertile soil, you know. All right. I'm going to thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. Can you tell this is my last reading? I'm going to go straight to bed after this. Getting silly over here. So if you'd be so kind as to like the video, it really helps us get into the algorithm. The algorithm kind of decides everything about how this channel is going to do. So it likes engagement, we'll give it engagement. If you want to support the channel, a few ways you can do that are liking the video, watching the readings from the beginning to the end, sharing the link for the reading on other social media platforms. If you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. Other than that, please leave a comment if you are so inclined. I read every single one of them, and I comment back to all of them. I reply to them. So sometimes it takes me a day or two, but I promise I will get to it. And, you know, so come back and look. If you don't get the notification, which, listen, sometimes I do not. Especially like when people are, you've commented, I've replied, and then you comment back. Sometimes I absolutely don't get a notification. So I kind of try to go through and see. Sometimes I miss it. You know, I'll admit that, but I do really try my best to make sure I don't leave you hanging there. All right. I want to thank you, and we will talk again very soon.